Hello, Senior Stoner fans. The real Senior Stoner back at you. Today is Friday. This is your Crimson Carta dab of the day. Hello, everybody. Today's topic is a difficult one. I say that sometimes, but this one is a difficult one because it's difficult to frame in a public forum. Emotions and your pain. That's right. How do you deal with the emotions that come from being in chronic intractable pain? How do you deal with the emotions that come every night that put you into the bed and have you in the pain, and then in the morning you're up in the same, if not worse, pain? How do you deal with those emotions, with that disappointment, with the frustration? How do you deal with it? Because those emotions, in my opinion, create other emotions. It's like a snowball effect. It's like a small little snowball called frustration, a small little snowball called I don't like it. And it starts at the top of that pain mountain and it rolls down the pain hill. And as the pain gets worse and the snowball gets bigger, the emotions get harsher. That's right. The emotions go to how about I hate my life? How about I hate everything about my life? How about it's not just the pain? Because if the pain's all throughout your body and it's anywhere you're going to look, you're going to have the pain. You hate it all. But you don't hate yourself. You hate the pain. So how do we distinguish and differentiate between the emotions of disliking what's happening and disliking ourselves? How do we deal with the emotions of disliking how we are in a crowd of people? And sometimes it bleeds over for us disliking the people we're around. And we don't dislike people that we're with. We love them. Our emotions are as messed up as our bodies, unfortunately. Now, that doesn't mean we can't love people, say we love people and mean it, and have like and dislike and things like that. But what I'm talking about are more complicated emotions, the drivers that make us who we are. So at night, when you go to bed fearing the night because of the pain, and you fear the morning, when you get up, the pain's still there, that horror and that feel of lack of success, if you will, at containing the beast or making it better, make you feel low and down and negative. So the emotions, the word that I want to use here and put it in the box, are negative emotions. That's right. Pain elicits negative emotions, unfortunately. And the negative emotions are not often contained to you. They are towards, remember, emotions are not internal necessarily, they're external. They're towards everyone. You go to a doctor's office and you check in and you're getting in there, gritting your teeth, and they say, "How are you?" And you want to smack them for saying, "How are you?" You're in the pain doctor's office and they're asking how you are as you're gritting your teeth. And you just walk away. But the emotion has grabbed you, okay? You want to fight. You want to yell. You want to scream at these people for not getting it. The emotion is hatred. I'm sorry to use the word, but you hate the situation so bad of what's happening in your life that that emotion can seep out. What am I saying? What I'm saying is sometimes we can be perceived as assholes. I'll say it again. Sometimes we can be perceived as assholes. And I'll say it one more time so we understand. Sometimes we can be perceived as assholes. We're not assholes. We're not bad people. But because the negative emotion puts you on a treadmill you can't get off of. If you remember the Jetsons, Astro's treadmill, he couldn't get off, man. He's running on that darn thing, hooked on. So you're on it. The job is how do we contain it? You can't change it. It's happening. It's fast track. It's inhuman how it happens, but it does. What do you do? Well, what I think we should do is try to think of something positive in that negative. I know that sounds strange. It's hard. You're grabbing at it. It's bad. I touched this right now because just to the touch, it's insane. And I'm not thinking anything positive right now, but you know what? Mrs. Stoner, Mrs. Stoner, Mrs. Stoner loves me so much. My sugar loves me so much. You think of the low hanging fruit. You don't go for Jennifer Lopez loves me. Jennifer Lopez loves me. She don't know who the hell you are. Or your favorite sports figure loves you. They don't know who the hell you are. You go for the low hanging fruit to swat at and bat away the negative emotions. You bring down the most positive thought you can bring down. Oh my God, that was such a wonderful bite of food I had last night. Any positive thought you can get. Wow, I watched an incredible movie. It was so wonderful. Bring that thought with you. Wow, I can't believe how much fun I had sitting with those people. It was so nice to see them. Bring that thought with you. What you need to do is unpack the negative thought. A lot of people want to keep a negative thought really in deep. I mean deep, 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 deep. But I'm going to tell you, if you keep it in deep, 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 it's going to come up. It's going to come up. It's going to come up. It's going to come out, and you're going to have no control over it. You need to get the negative emotions where you can see them, where you can hear them, where you can touch them, where you can even begin to understand them, because only then will you be able to know what to use against them. It's like an insurance policy. There's a deductible, okay? A certain amount of stuff's going to happen. There's a certain amount of negative emotion that is going to happen no matter what we do. But beyond that, it's up to us to try to pick and choose. Oh my God, I can't believe how bad I'm feeling today. The pain is so bad. Oh, I can't wait till she gets home. I can't wait till she gets home and I can hold her hand. Oh, I want to hug so bad. That's the positive emotion. Okay, the longing for a loved one, the longing for affection in the face of the horror. So it's not a juggling match. It's building blocks, where you're building blocks and everybody's building blocks together. You almost have, it's like war, the card game war. You throw down Nake, somebody's got to throw down I love you. You throw down IBS, somebody's got to throw down I've got your back. In other words, you have these positive thoughts in your brain, but because of the pain and the negativity, it's overwhelming. It's very difficult to bring them forward. So you have to kind of be running a two-lane road at the same time. The negative road, and it's running fast, okay? But there's a positive road, okay? And if you can find the few things in the positive road to throw onto the negative, it'll slow it down. And if you can find a few more to throw on the negative, maybe it'll stop it cold in its tracks for that period of time. You're not going to put it back in the box. It's there, but you can deal with it better. Okay? We can't change how we think and who we are, but we can improve how we deal with it. We can't necessarily change the pain we have, the amount of horror we deal with, but we can change how we deal with it. Does that make any sense? It's about negotiating, unfortunately, with yourself. And as a sales executive, I used to tell my men and women, my staff, never to do that. Let the customer negotiate. You can plan, but don't negotiate against yourself and come to me for the deal before the customer tells you what they want. In this case, we have to get ahead of it. We have to do a little negotiating with ourselves. Okay? Remember, you have a deductible. Remember, there's going to be some that you're going to have to deal with automatically, but then there's an opportunity. And that opportunity is to see that negative emotion stuff and have over here a few things, not a lot, a few things that you can throw at the negatives to dilute them. You can't eliminate, but you can dilute. You can change the perception. Maybe it won't be as outward. You know what I'm saying? So this is the Real Senior Stoner, hoping that we get a handle on this, because this is interpersonal stuff. This is the kind of stuff that bleeds out when we're in a group, okay? And people say to us, or think, or you think they say, and probably they do, boy, what an asshole that person is, okay? We're not assholes. We just haven't practiced dealing with our emotions in a long time. We've been dealing with physical pain. Who cares about emotions? Well, you know what? Emotions are important too because it involves others. It's a visceral, visual kind of thing. You can't hide it. So, what I hope is that we can find a way to negotiate our way through. Cheers. Hit the spot. In case you haven't seen it, this is the new Senior Stoner Dab Wall, and this has been your dab of the day. Let's get a handle on our emotions. Let's let them be our benefit and not our detriment. Cheers.